Hello and welcome to another video from 55 degrees north. Today I'm in Newcastle Stephenson Quarter, where I'm going to be taking a little walk around, giving you a little bit of history and just having a general look to see what's happening. So I'm starting on Fourth Banks, where there's a little bit of history. Fourth Banks was the home to the first steam turbine generated power station in the world, using technology invented by Charles Parsons. So we'll have a walk up at the top and we'll curl on 4th Street. Now a lot of these buildings on the left here, especially these parts here, were actually part of George Stephenson's engine works facility, which existed here a lot of years ago. As you can see the view down Fourth Banks there. If I walk up at the top, this is now the main police station in Newcastle. Well, these buildings go back a long time. So if you look at that red building over there, that goes back to 1904. You just look above the door there. We'll continue back over. Now this grey building, which is now a restaurant, used to be a pub a lot of years ago, but for the life of me I cannot remember what they called it. So somebody maybe can let me know in the comments. We'll just get to the top of Fourth Banks, the junction of 4th Street. We've got the railway comes out the Central Station. As I said, at the top we've got what is now the police station, what moved from Market Street quite a few years back. So now we'll head along 4th Street, behind the Central Station, over to our left there. Coming up on my right, this is the Crown Plaza Hotel, which is actually being bailed out by the council because it nearly went bankrupt. I think initially they give it a £30 million loan to keep it running, and they've had to take it under full control. Now, across the road here, let's take you across this ramp here, along with the ramp at the other side. This is where they used to take the locomotives built by Stephenson's factories up onto the tracks. And that stone building there used to be a water tower for where the steam locomotives used to fill up with water when they used to come into the Central Station. So we'll continue round. I'll take you round to where George Stephenson's boiler shopping pins were. I'll just cross back over. So you past this Crown Plaza Hotel, but I'll just take you for a look down to the bottom there, where you get a really good look of the Metro Bridge. Some good views. This is all Crown Plaza Hotel. Just over to me right there. Looks pretty quiet, to be honest. So I'll head down. And just over this wall in front is the Metro Bridge, or the Queen Elizabeth II Bridge. But most people up here just call it the Metro Bridge. Rather ironic, somebody has painted on the wall, or graffitied on the wall, tunnel. Because when you look over this wall, I'll just get up here a bit, you can see a good view of the metro bridge. And if I look over the wall, if you look down, that is where it obviously exits and enters the tunnel into Newcastle, into the Central Station. So we'll continue, we'll walk around now. As I say, this is Stephenson's Quarter. So if you look, even the bin has got Stephenson's Quarter in it. So we'll now continue round to where the old boiler shops were, which is just a bit further around the corner. There's a canny bit work being done around here over the last few years. I believe that behind them coloured boards there is going to be a new building. And just going back to that tower across the road there, I don't know if you can make the sign out on the top saying NAR 1891. That goes back to. As I said earlier in the video, that little ramp is where they used to take the trains from George Stephenson's workshops up onto the rails, and I believe this side also done the same. I'll just give you a quick look. And there you go. They used to go up this side as well. So it wasn't far from over here, where most of his workshops were, to the railway line behind the Central Station. So as I was saying, just before I crossed the road there, this is going to be a new office development, as you can see by the pictures on the wall, called One Founder's Place. So I've given you an idea of what it might look like. But bear in mind, this has been all boarded up for years, but there's nothing actually happened. I'll just give you a quick look inside. Apart from, let's get inside there, a few side cabins, containers, little bits of pieces of wood over there. I'll continue down now, and I'll just show you this. So, Old Streets with a New Soul 2023 marks the 200th anniversary of the pioneering success of the Stephenson family, with the founding of one of the world's first purpose-built locomotive factories on this site, the birthplace of the Industrial Revolution, the epicentre of innovation and change on a global scale. It's here, within these streets, that creative thinkers, entrepreneurial mavericks, and those ideas about the world were completely visionary. So obviously we've got on the bottom there, we've got George and Robert. And 1825, obviously the locomotion was the first train on the Stockton to Darlington Railway. Got some old pictures there. And we've got a picture of Stephenson's factory, building locomotives. So the first passenger train crossed a high level bridge on the 15th of August 1849, and it was designed by Robert Stephenson, and it was opened by Queen Victoria on the 28th of September 1849. Some more pictures there. Just a little note of fact there, in 1960, end of an era, Stephenson eventually moved out of the pattern shop and went in to become a builder's yard before going into decline and eventually being abandoned in the 1960s. And a lot of people might remember that some of it was J.T. Dove's, the builder merchant. So across over to the straight ahead there is the Royal Mail sorting office. But I'll head down to where the boiler shop was, which is just down this road here. So this building here, over to the left, was actually where the boilers were made for the locomotives. You can see it's used for different things now, but as you can see above the door, the boiler shop. I'll just head down, have a look down at the bottom here. So this part of it down here has had a facelift, as you can see. So all this down here was all George Stephenson, Robert Stephenson's works. A lot of it abandoned a lot of years ago, but this bit's had a major facelift. You imagine all the big steam engines rolling off the production line back in the day. Just have a walk down at the bottom. So I'm going to see what's here. You can see how old it is by the stonework. There you go. All this round here. So we know all been done up. And I'll just go around the side here. These old buildings here, straight ahead. These were all part of Stephenson's works as well. I say a lot of people remember these bits as JT Dove, the builders merchants, a lot of years ago, which he used a lot of this area for his place to sell building materials and all sorts of stuff. So now we'll just head up this cut and we'll end up on South Street. And on South Street is where the main entrance was to Stephenson's works. We'll have a walk up there, see what we can see. You can see this building on my left. You can tell it was designed for railways, the way the windows are. So again around here we've got another entrance to what they call the boiler shop. You can see it's all from an industrial age. So that one's actually got boiler shop on Stephenson works. And we'll continue heading up, just past this coach here. And we'll get to the door. So this is the door to Stephenson's main office, number 20. There's actually a plaque on the wall there. So 20 South Street, Robert Stephenson, 1803 to 1859. Offices of Robert Stephenson Company, locomotive number 1 was designed and constructed in the world's first purpose-built locomotive factory on the street in 1825, rocket in 1829 and planet in 1830. So we'll continue, we'll walk up South Street past these barriers. So now, across on the left there is the back end of the Royal Mail sorting office. Again on the, just looking on the right, this is all part of Stephenson's works, all them years ago. Just looking straight ahead there, you can see Newcastle Central Station, which has got its own little bit of history. Was actually the first covered railway station in the whole world. So we're back out to South Street and we're back on Hall Street. You can see the way these buildings has all been done up. I believe that's like an office block now. Just a little bit further along, you've got the Telegraph pub, All this you've got railway arches. Now you've got shops and everything in, and little cafes coming up on the left there. You've got this little road which takes you up to the Central Station, and we're now on Orchard Street, which is all part. There's one little thing I'll take you around here. This part of the city has got one of the most, or sorry, should I say, one of the most complete bits of the old medieval city wall still standing. Along with the bit up at Gallagher, these are the two main bits that still actually stand today. So we've got this little bit here which says the section of the 1370 town wall was repaired by the Civic Services Committee on the City Council and the Ministry of Public Works building in 1968. I nearly said 1868 there. So as you can see, you've got quite a bit of the wall that's still complete. I'll just have a little walk down to give you a look. I imagine when Newcastle was a walled city, these walls helped to repel Scottish attacks. And all them years ago, so you can see, the wall goes all the way down, and that used to virtually drop all the way down to the close on the quayside. So we'll head back this way, just have a final look along 4th Street, where we'll go to the other side of the wall. Pity this bit in the middle is missing now. As I said, this is one of the most complete sections still remaining. Apart from the sections up at Gallagher, it's still got a lot of the towers still standing. We'll just, yeah, so Orchard Street. So it gives you an idea of where the city walls went. Now this is where we are. Yeah, so that, as I say, it run down to the Tyne there, which is the close, and went along, goes all the way up like Sallyport Tower, just follows round. This is the line of the old city walls, and down Gallagher. These bits, so these bits in the dark lines, I think, are the most complete bits, and these dotted lines give you an idea where the wall actually run. So you can see there's only 3 complete bits, to be honest. The rest, there's only little bits and bobs left. So we'll head up the rest of 4th Street, where I'll finish the video off. You can see just across to the left there, as I say, all the railway arches are now little cafes, little bars, sandwich shops. We'll get along at the end here. Just show you down Clavering Place. That's another, on the left there, another railway arch that comes down. So this is Clavering Place. You see you've got apartment rooms for hotels. Got more apartment blocks just on me right there. So that's Clavering Place. Just a quick look under the railway arch. So just before I wrap this video up, please leave a comment below on what you think about the Stephenson Quarter. And if you've enjoyed the video, please give it a massive thumbs up, as it really helps the channel grow. And if you've not already done so, please consider subscribing to 55 Degrees North and hit that bell notification for when I release more videos. Just like to say a massive thank you for watching, and I will see you next time right here on 55 Degrees North.